What's good, everybody? We are back with another Call of Duty Mobile video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Before we hop into today's video, I want to go ahead and give a huge shout out to Call of Duty Mobile for sponsoring this video. If you guys haven't already, you can download Call of Duty Mobile using the link down in the description, or if you want to use that link to just find out more about the game, you can do that as well. As most of you guys know, we do have the test server for Call of Duty Mobile, which was actually updated a few days ago. So we covered some of the major updates, but I want to give you guys kind of an update on the skins and everything in the game, because we now have a lot more detail about the grindable skins that are going to be obtainable for everybody just based off different achievements that you can get in-game. These should be arriving in Season 9 of Call of Duty Mobile along with the Gunsmith, so in order to see these, if you do have the test server, all you got to go to your loadout, go to the weapon that you have selected, go to the Gunsmith, and then hit Customize and Camo in the top left. So first off, it'll have all the different camos that you have that you can obtain via crates and the credit store. And then after that, it'll have various different camos that you can get by doing different achievements. So as you can see right here, if we hit Equip, I'm just now realizing that once you unlock these, it actually doesn't show you what achievements you have to do anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and switch phones to my other test server phone. Okay, so turns out I actually can't get into the test server on my other account, but I was able to find a screenshot showing one proof of what I'm talking about right here. You can see one of the necessary achievements, and this is for each individual gun. You can't just do it with one gun and unlock it for all the different guns. You have to do each of these on each of the different guns in order to unlock the skins. As you can see right here, the first one is to kill enemies with 5 attachments equipped. Obviously, this one's going to be pretty easily because by default, typically you're going to want to have attachments equipped. Most of these cap out between 80 and 100 for each one, depending on how difficult the specific achievement is. You can see right here, one of these is to kill 400 enemies. That one actually maxes out at 600 kills. So basically, more than likely, by the time you get to the end of the 600 kills, it is possible to have all of the other achievements done as well. As you can see right here, we do have these sand concept skins. So scrolling through each of these, I believe this is the one that caps out at getting 600 kills. So obviously, this is the one that's most likely going to take the longest to do. Next up is the Dragon concept, which I believe is from the one that requires you to get kills with 5 attachments. Obviously, this one's easy and honestly has some of the best skins available in the game. The next one is the Splinter concept. Now, I think these require you to get headshots, and I believe this one caps out around 100. So typically, you're able to do a lot of the other achievements just by hitting headshots while actually going for the other achievements. Then we got the Tiger concept. I believe the requirement for these was to get long shots, so this is basically shots over a certain distance. Once you get, I believe that one was between 80 and 100 as well, you're able to unlock all the camos. In my opinion, the Blue Tiger and the Red Tiger are two of the coolest grindable camos in the game. So apparently somebody actually went through and documented what is required for each different type of gun in order to get all the different camos. So I'm going to leave this up in the top corner of the screen. One of these directions for the rest of me going through and talking about each of the different skins, just so that you guys can see what's going to be required for each different weapon type. Next up, we do have the jungle concept. So another one of the requirements was to get a certain amount of kills without any attachments on your gun. Honestly, this wasn't as difficult as I expected, especially with the KN, because it's still a pretty solid gun even without any attachments on it. And then the last one that you have to do is get a specific amount of kills. And I think this one was lower, maybe closer to 40 or 50, but by only hip firing. And honestly, with the Gunsmith, this one's not really that difficult. By the way, Garter Snake's skin, pretty sick. But because of all the attachments that you can get in-game that will allow you to increase your hipfire accuracy, this one's actually not too difficult, especially if you play on Shipment, which is a really tiny map where you're basically always going to have encounters. Those two combined make it pretty easy to get that required amount of hipfire kills. And then lastly, obviously, you have the it says completionist. I believe it's supposed to say completionist. That would make the most sense given that these are based off the completion of all the previous ones. I actually made sure to screenshot this one so that you guys can actually see that this is what you have to do. But basically, you have to unlock all the previous camos in order to unlock the gold right there. Now, I actually tweeted out yesterday because it was really confusing. I unlocked every single one of the camos, and then I went and checked on the gold, which you can actually see me doing right here. You can see I've unlocked 10 out of 10 for every single one of these, and then I got to the last one, and it said that I still hadn't completed it, and it was actually not until I got home later that night that I read some of the replies on Twitter and found out that basically once you've unlocked all of them, you just have to play one more game with the gun afterwards, and it will give you the gold skin as a reward. Now, we were told by Call of Duty Mobile that more than likely these skins were going to be changed some, so there's a good chance, and I'm really hoping that it is, that these are going to be changed before the actual release of the update. Because to be honest, this gold camo doesn't look too terribly gold, and when you get in game, it actually looks even less gold, so hopefully that's something that we'll see become a little more polished, especially because this just doesn't have any type of metallic effect to it. It really just looks like a plain yellow skin with a bunch of lines on it. We do also have the white gold camo and also the Damascus camo, but it doesn't tell you what exactly you need to do as of yet in order to unlock these. It says down at the bottom, play game rewards, but doesn't actually give you any details, and whenever you click on the play button, it just throws you into a random game. So I'm guessing after you get a specific amount of kills with the KN, more than likely it will unlock those camos. But as of right now, we don't have the specific details on those. You can see it says the same thing for the Damascus one. So I am looking forward to these. It's definitely going to add a new level of content because grinding for these camos is definitely going to give us something else to do and also gives you a certain amount of prestige whenever you are hopping into games, whereas other skins in the past have just been based off of whether or not you've got money to buy them. Since I did go through all the work to actually unlock the gold KN, I wanted to hop into a real quick gameplay with it. In my opinion, one of the best stocks you can actually throw on this one is the MIP strike stock because it gives you better lateral recoil stability, and really the side-to-side recoil on the KN-44 is one of the biggest factors to make it inaccurate, and apparently it's actually glitched, so you'll actually see when we hop into the game, it looks exactly like this, where you got this giant pink non-stock whenever you're running around. Another thing to note is that you actually unlock all the different reticles gradually as you play with the guns more and more. So right off the bat, you'll only have the red dot for each of the different skins. And as you grind through the different achievements, you unlock all the different reticles. Just for the sake of having a little bit of fun, I'm going to throw on reticle type 35 just because it looks kind of cool to me. And obviously, we got to have our unicorn charm equipped as well. But without any more talking, we're going to go ahead and hop into it. And I'm actually just now realizing, I think this might have been a recent change, but you actually have the opportunity to hide buttons now. You can see that right here. So since I don't ever use auto run, or I don't anticipate I'll use the calling card either, I'm going to go ahead and just hide those. We're going to hop into a game of domination on shipment, primarily because this is the only map that I haven't done gameplay for yet that is going to be coming to the game, I believe, in season number 9. It's a pretty tiny map, and honestly, more than likely, I'm expecting this to be more of a 1v1 map, but as of right now, they actually have 10v10 maps on it and other modes as well, so it does work really well for grinding the camos, and I'm hitting the wrong button. As you can see, we do have mostly bots on the other team right there, but it works really well to grind for camos just because it is such a small map. We've actually got somebody right there, and I'm still getting used to it. I adjusted my HUD a little bit. I am liking this a little bit, but my movement is going to be pretty trash with this HUD because I am not used to having my crouch and my jump button on the same side. My shots are actually hitting pretty well, though. I have been playing a pretty good amount, obviously having to grind for the camos and everything. I actually get hit marker right there, but managed to get the kill, take out another bot. We'll probably get a pretty quick nuke, obviously, as it is the test server. There's not going to be a ton of real players on time at any one given time, and especially if you are choosing your game mode and everything like that, more than likely you're going to end up with a bunch of bots, but this was primarily just to give you guys an idea for what the shipment map looks like, as well as what the gold skins are going to look like, and I very nearly got knocked off my nuke streak right there. We pick up another one. Honestly, my aim's feeling better and better. I was not hitting this many shots before, and that is partially because I was only playing thumbs before, so it does make sense. We end up getting the first half nuke. Might get a double nuke. I don't know. I mean, getting a double nuke is not really any type of significant accomplishment going up against bots, but obviously it'll give us a pretty cool view of the map as it gets rid of our HUD, gets rid of any unnecessary stuff like that. And as you guys will see, we got the look of the map as it's getting nuked. Pretty sick. I think I'm probably the only real person. There might be a few real people in this game. Actually, now that I think about it, I've got to let him kill me in order to get the double nuke, don't I? Yo, but honestly, KN still shreds, and you can see with this attachment, it gets pretty much 0 horizontal recoil, so this thing lasers. Obviously, we're not taking any type of long-range fights, but regardless, KN's still going to be dominant in the coming season. But like I said, this is more than likely going to be the map that a lot of players are going to grind whenever they're trying to get those camos. For a number of reasons. Number one, it's really easy to get hipfire kills because basically all the angles on the map are short angles, so you're able to take a lot of closer encounters. Because you're closer range, it's also a lot easier to aim for the head. And I think my reticle actually disappeared. I'm not entirely sure what happened right there, and that was mainly just me trying to aim for the head right there. But the ability to be able to aim for the head, I think my reticle did disappear. Might be glitched. Obviously, this is the beta, so we're not going to be expecting everything to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely a really cool map. More than likely, this was partially added just for the sake of grinding camos. So I'm looking forward to playing this. Might get some YouTubers together on here and see how quickly we can grind through some of these camos. More than likely, we will have people that are racing to be the first with the Damascus on specific guns. I obviously would like to get the Damascus on a sniper. And I can only imagine how difficult it's going to be to get a certain amount of hipfire kills with a sniper. I don't know if the requirements change for snipers or if it's the same all the way across the board, but regardless, definitely looking forward to grinding those out. And I'll probably end up grinding the majority of it out in ranked matches just so that I stay interested the entire time. And I think we actually do have a couple of real people in this, but that is going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I'm posting daily Call of Duty mobile videos. Make sure to go ahead and drop a like if you guys haven't already as well, and I'll catch you in the next video.